Coach, start with the opening statement.
I'm just really proud of our kids, to go into break 2-0 and how they did it today. We struggled a lot offensively in the first half, and to show the grit to come back against a team like a Western Illinois that's so good, and find a way to win that, I think is just huge for our program.
First question is actually for Ellie. Down the stretch, free throws are really important in these conference games where it's just a battle for 40 minutes, and you're in just your second year. You've already got a full year under your belt, and you full well know that, and have been in those situations before. There were some struggles at the line, some split trips there down the stretch where that kept Western Illinois sort of in it down the stretch, but you were phenomenal, 14 of 14 from the free throw line, and kind of putting an end to it once it got into your hands. What sort of is the mindset? What goes through your mind when you're in the situation? Do you try not to think about it? What's kind of going through your brain?
Yeah, honestly, we know free throws are so important in these tight game situations, and we even had to make changes as a team to get our free throw percentage as high as it needs to be in order to win these games. And honestly, when I get up there, I'm just thinking, I do this 500 times a day. There's nothing to worry about, and I don't know, I try not to worry about it, which I don't as much, so it's good.
So, Coach, your first half, 7 for 46 for the field, something like that. And we all know there are days when the ball's just not going to drop. What do you tell your players when that's the case, even though it changed around the second half?
Yeah. I think we just talked at halftime, first of all, a little bit about defense and about how we need to use our defense on nights that we struggle to put the ball in the hole to create more things for us offensively. I thought in Tennessee Tech, we did such a great job at that. And that's why we got going offensively. And so we talked about that. I thought we were a lot better at that in the second half with it. We weren't awful defensively in the first half. I mean, we gave up 31 points. We were doing great on the boards. So we weren't bad, but we just needed to figure out offensively how to get going, right, and get in a rhythm in that. So I think offensively we talked about, attacking the basket more. Threes, we know we can shoot it, and we know we can shoot it well, but if they're not falling, we have to continue to attack the basket, get downhill, and then we can get in and outs and so forth with it. So I thought our kids did a great job of adjusting.
It was really interesting to me just how the flow of the game was very similar. You guys struggled from outside, but so did they. And both teams were playing really good half-court defense in that first half. And it was very kind of evident that the goal was to kind of get the ball inside and attack the rim, post up. And Reagan McCowan for them, obviously, is just so tough to stop. But down the stretch, you guys really did a good job of at least limiting and slowing down some of her chances. Very physical with her down low. And then Brooke, with 4 fouls, comes up with the massive steal at the end. What was sort of the discussion sort of at the halftime break and then in those timeouts to try to limit her ability in the half court?
Well, the first thing I would say is she's just so good, right? Yeah. That she's going to get some. I mean, she's just that talented with it. So you try to limit what she gets, right? And so we talked a lot about, when they needed people to make plays, she was going to be the number one person that's number one, willing to do it for them and can do it for them. So understanding that and knowing that, and I think our kids defensively had a really good feel for that. So we knew when it came to some late game stuff that they were going to look to get it to her. They're going to look to pound it into her. I think Brooke had that great steal towards the end because they were trying to get it into her. So just a great, I think, team effort. When you have a kid like that, you can't guard her with one person, right? You have to have a great team effort.
I thought Mary was great too.
Mary did so great today. She was probably our best one at guarding her today. Just knew everything she was going to do, did a great job of keeping it out of her hands. She gave us some just valuable minutes today.
Because in the first half, you were struggling to contain her a little bit, tried a couple different matchups, and then 21 came off the bench and really did a good job slowing her down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so I'm going to go back to Mary McGrath. Again, Ellie, this is for you. What does it mean when a senior like that comes on? So it's still a relatively young team and has such important minutes. What does that mean to all the other girls on the team?
Oh, yeah, no. Mary's one of the most unselfish people on our team, and her being able to do that for us, and we trust her to do it, and she did an outstanding job tonight. And she's worked so hard all week on, playing scout team and stuff and getting us ready and all. And, yeah, she gave us really good minutes today.
So I know that Coach talked about it on Thursday, but the week of preparation that you guys had leading into these 2 games was massive in the result that you were able to get Thursday and then here this afternoon. You're going into a bit of a break, a bit of a lull, sort of the last big kind of break you're going to get this season. How do you manage both taking that rest and recovering your body, but also keeping that intensity up as you guys get close to that January 2nd contest?
Yeah, I think it's definitely important. I think we all need a lot of rest right now after having 2 back-to-back games. And as we talked, it's important for us as individuals to keep working over break so we don't go backwards. We want to keep pushing forward. So we're all going to make sure we do that over break as well.
Thank you.